this is my message to everyone kind of in the world listening to the podcast in general. Like, I just want to say, you don't have to avenge your father. He's got nothing to do with you.
Say that.
Like, say that.
Erin, should we address? Well, first of all, I'm Julia.
I'm Erin.
No last names today. This is Stream Queens, a show where two beautiful television connoisseurs tell you about what we're streaming in our home.
And you might have noticed we moved the podcast to our home. We thought that would be more comfortable as well as kind of a long-term, stronger.
Cost efficient.
Cost efficient. Yeah, because the podcast studio was expensive and I think looked worse. Chat, let us know what you think.
Yeah, chat, can you chime in?
Can you chime in and let us know what you think of this setup too? We kind of we could get more ring
Be
lights.
Nice,
we
constructive.
Constructive. No, I'm looking for like feedback, like not criticism. If
or
that makes
sandwich
sense.
it. Oh, well.
Oh, you want a compliment sandwich?
Negative. I always want a compliment sandwich.
Yeah, so say something
That's the
nice.
only thing I'm eating these days.
The only thing I had for breakfast was a compliment sandwich.
Wait, so this is also where we watch our program.
This is where we watch the program, which I think is really good that we're doing the pod where we watch. And we did watch
Muscle Memory.
Muscle Memory. We watched the program last night, the program being episode 4 of season 3 of The White Lotus. Which
Hide or Seek.
Loving.
Yeah.
Loving. I think 4, it's just like they said, like it's really taking off in a big way for me. Like I felt really excited and locked in that whole episode last night.
Well, we had plot, we had entertainment, and like all that time where we got to know the characters.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now I know them and now they're acting.
Now we're doing stuff together.
Here's what I will say, like just like for fans of the craft, right? Like action is character. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they just could have been doing stuff from the beginning.
Oh, from the beginning. Like maybe we could have had more action up till this point. But should we be grateful for what we have or no? You know
I think we can be grateful while also wanting more.
Yeah.
Like, what was your overall impression of the episode, or do you want to talk about some of the...
Well, I want to talk about the experience watching the episode.
Oh,
because
God.
We got to watch White Lotus last night with your girlfriend as well as a straight guy.
My girlfriend. Well, last time we watched with a gay guy and my girlfriend.
And this time you watched with your girlfriend and a straight guy.
Yes.
Yes. And you did call him by a couple of the wrong names of my other straight guy friends.
Well, I just heard a voice.
Yeah. And you made some assumptions.
Well, they all kind of sound the same.
You're like, Peter, Kel. And I'm like, it's Tom.
It's Tom.
That one's Tom.
I wouldn't have even guessed Tom.
Which, like, that one's Tom.
Well, that's the only... Oh, I don't need to be nasty. But what the old me would say is...
What would the old you say?
I was like, well, that's the only bridge that we haven't burned yet.
Oh, yeah, that is nasty.
But that's the old me.
And I still have a lot of male friends.
No, and those guys deeply love you.
And counting. And we're getting new ones every day. My harem is growing stronger by the minute.
I think your harem kind of features heavily. Should we jump into the episode?
I would love to jump into the episode. Want to start?
Do I want to start? I think I started.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Well, you go.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, how do you get into the thing?
Well, we start with Jacqueline on the phone. And we start with Jacqueline on the phone with her husband.
Why are we on the phone again?
On the phone. We told you last week how we felt about you being on the phone.
There's a no phone zone.
No phone zone. We made that very clear. And yeah, Jacqueline's here on the phone calling husband. And she goes, don't worry about me. I'm sure you're on set. I'm having a great time.
He's not.
I love these ladies.
She doesn't.
Call me back. He won't.
He's not. No. What does he have to say to you?
What is he going to say to you?
You're gone.
I want a divorce?
No, because I bet she's got the money.
You think?
Well,
he's 10 years younger, right?
And she's on TV, which didn't used to mean anything. But now you could be on a program such as and including The White Lotus.
Which means something. Prestige.
Well, I mean...
Do we think Jacqueline's on a prestige television show, or do you think she's on like a soap?
I think it's DC Picnic.
People don't know what I think DC Picnic means.
Well, I think people can sometimes use by like context clues. The point is, I think you know what it is, which is 3, 2, 1, not prestige.
Yeah, I think
Please.
You know.
No. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got Jacqueline on the phone, and then we go to, we start the day kind of like any other. We're going to breakfast.
You have to.
But first we're going to Fam Bam, no?
Do we go?
Is that when we see Dad stick?
Well, for those who are looking closely, you can always see dad's dick.
Yeah, for those with eyes to see, dad's dick is always visible.
All around us.
It's all around us. Dad's dick is ever present.
Yeah, I wonder if it's parentheses prosthetic.
Real eyes, real eyes, real eyes.
That hammer dick. You know I love it. You know me and Mike White love a hammer dick.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just asserting my selfhood. Mm-hmm. I was going to say masculinity, but I don't do that anymore.
I think we all have both.
Well, that's actually really interesting.
And I think we're going to get into that because, okay, so
wow,
we have guy talk coming on to Miss Lisa, and he says, hey, so how about that date? Listen, I'd love to stay and talk, but I got to get to a meeting.
I'm going to have this amazing meeting. She's like, is it going to be awesome? He's like, I think it's going to be good.
I think this meeting is going to be awesome.
What would lead you to believe that?
What would lead you to believe that after you fucked up harder than I've ever seen anyone fuck up on the White Lotus? Like,
shit.
Oh my God, what guy talk?
We've seen people bungle their marriages.
Bungle their marriages and guy talk. I'm like, you getting hit with that and then getting a complex about thinking you are brave because you got hit with a Glock.
Brave.
Let someone rob the hotel. You think you're gonna get promoted, and so then obviously that's what Homeboy says to him, and is like,
which one's Homeboy? Would you say?
His boss, Guy Talk's boss.
Yeah, which is Kuhn something.
Yeah,
Khun.
I'm with that.
That I'm thinking is kind of like it might be a respect word because there's a couple. Oh, Kuhn Fabian.
Oh yeah, and Kuhn Sritala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it mean boy one?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. And then the little gay guy, the little gay dreamer, the singer.
The gay guy with the dream.
Yeah. Fool.
Wait, was he there this episode?
He was in the little. They were both there for the meeting.
They brought the gay guy with the dream to the meeting. You're right.
Yeah,
that's
he was
crazy.
like, "There's more crime on the island. Like, you can't just wave people on the gate.
Your job is not to wave to people in the gate. You're not a pageant queen. You're not
especially
like,
when they're
welcome
leaving
in.
after smashing up the gift shop. You can't just wait. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for coming to the White Lotus.
No, please.
Guy talk. So
we were yelling impotent. We were yelling impotent.
Well, we were yelling impotent. Then they gave Guy Talk a gun, and we said, "Yeah, that's just what this guy needs: a
phallic
fucking
symbol.
gun, a phallic symbol. He needs that." And they delivered it to him in a very packaging. We were both remarking on like, is this how guns are packaged?
It looks like, and maybe it's regional. I've never gotten a gun. They won't let us get one.
No, we've tried. We've tried to get guns a couple times in New York.
Yeah.
And well, by a couple times, I mean, it was really just a hunch I was on one weekend where I was like, we have to get a gun. It was after I shot guns for the first time.
Yeah. Well, once you shoot one, you can't stop.
Well, because also I was really good at it. And that's what some people might not know about me is that it turns out I'm an incredible shot. I went to Connecticut. I shot a bunch of different guns. Okay, I shot a pistol. I shot a rifle. I shot a shotgun. All of them, not kidding, bullseye first time. Friend's
Shut
uncle,
up.
he's trying to show me how to use the gun. He's like, oh, this is the button. I said, no. As soon as he put it in my hand, I said, it was a past life connection. I was born. I said, I know exactly what to do. I took the gun. He said, you've really never shot a gun before? I said, no. He said, I'm scared.
I think everyone's scared. No. Wait,
Wow,
these were
riled up
gay
I'm getting about
uncles
the gun.
too in Connecticut.
No, this was a straight guy. I know you don't like how much time I spend with straight guys.
No, that's not it. I'm just processing. Well, yeah, and there was that time too where we were watching like apocalypse stuff, and we're like, we gotta go get a gun, and then we called that gun range in Queens, and we were like, can we come shoot guns? And they were like, do you have a gun? And we're like, well, we thought we could borrow yours. Turns out it's not like a bowling alley.
No, they were like, no, we don't do gun rentals. They were like, you have to bring your own gun. And I said, okay, that's fine. How do I get one of those? How do I get a gun? And they were like, I can tell from this phone call and your tone of voice, you can't. In New York State?
Well, there's also a thing of like queer people getting guns. Like, I don't think I want a gun. Like, you know what they say? Like, it's not good for people like us.
What does that mean? People with depression?
Yeah.
Because it increased risk of?
Sure. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what we always say. Thank God we don't have a gun in the house.
Thank God we don't have a gun in the house.
There's a minor inconvenience. Thank God we don't have a gun in the house.
No, it's like, I'm really glad we didn't get that gun.
I know. I'm so glad we didn't get that gun. But
saves us
Guy Talk got one.
Guy Talk, they're just giving him a gun.
They're just giving him a gun. They give him license to kill.
Diplomatic immunity.
They said, you know what, Guy Talk? You shoot this when you need to. Don't worry about the consequences.
And of course, Tom is over here. The straight guy of the episode is going. He's going. Oh,
you mean the straight guy we were watching the episode with?
Yeah.
My good friend Tom.
He was sitting where I'm sitting now.
Yeah, true.
It reeks. of boy, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. He's a very clean young man. Is he's not gonna have the guts to use that. And I'm like, Tom, baby, you're a server. We're not shooting anybody either. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's ease up on guy talk a little bit.
Oh, that's funny that you want to ease up on guy talk, because I don't. I'm furious at guy talk. And then like, oh my God. Because of course, yeah, he got the gun. And how long did you have the gun before you lost the gun?
Well, not till the end of the episode, kind of.
Yeah, so I guess we'll wait to talk about when guy talk lost the gun.
We can talk about it now.
I'm pissed. I'm like, guy talk, you are such no. And you know what? Our TikTok, we had a TikTok about guy talk and his masculinity, and I got one kind of comment defending guy talk, and I was like being like, he's like the sweetest one on the show, and I'm like, you can't even sweetheart.
Kindness is nothing.
Don't know what a man on the edge looks like, because I'm just like, guy talk. It's, you know what else Tom said?
Tell me.
So when we're watching, we get to the scene.
I wasn't privileging his speaking. Excuse me.
You're excused. Bless you.
I will say that Tom wasn't over here burping.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He was very respectful.
Go ahead. What did Tom say? I'm dying to know.
So Tom goes, it was Miss Lisa Blackpink in Guy Talk. And then Tom goes, why is she leading him on? And I said, he's got a gun. You would too.
Well, and she doesn't even know about
the gun, but she knows she's not safe. I'm like, he's, again, one rejection and one job loss away from shooting himself and others.
And my sexy ass girlfriend was like, because she has to work there, and it's way less annoying than if she rejected him and then he was like fucking weird and creepy about it.
Right. You can't risk rejecting a man like guy talk.
And then having to go to work every day.
Scary.
Well, that guy's fucking weird. And my kind of thing was like, I'm like, well, when it's a guy like that, like sometimes it is fun to like be like, do you like my outfit, guy talk? Like it can be fun, but it also is of course a safety issue.
You seem a little concerned about the location of my mic cord.
I just am always preening, always kind of checking things out.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, kind of don't touch.
Yeah, just like I'll handle mine, you handle yours.
Okay. I wish somebody would handle mine. Come on. And then of course we kind of do a J cut for the audio heads.
For the audio heads, y'all heard of a J cut?
What do y'all know about
What do y'all know about J cuts?
Kind of, so we did a J cut on sound to blender from Pam.
Blender, and then
Pam my
Timothy. Pam my ass. Okay, so we're making a protein shake.
Yep.
Daddy Timothy comes in and he's like, turn the fucking blender off, son. Like, he's so mad. It reminded me of that time we had a previous roommate. Yeah. And I was making
to say the least.
To say the least. We had a previous roommate. And I
not here though. This is our safe space.
No, this is our safe space. But this wasn't prior. Mm-mm. And I was making a smoothie.
Yeah,
like it was thing. At a normal time too. It was about, I'm gonna say it's 8 a.m. Like I was making a protein shake. I'm going for a run. Sometimes I live like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you don't get a body like this from...
You don't get a body like this from not doing that. So anyway, so I'm making my protein shake and I'm about to go for a run. And it's like a weekday, 8:30 in the morning. And then our previous roommate comes out of the room and goes, girl, it's blended.
Hardly didn't come out of the room, opened the door, yelled that, and then slammed the door.
And I was like, it's not.
That's why I'm still blending it.
It's chunky. Like, and I'm like, Dad doesn't get it. Like, I'm like, it's not ready.
It's still cooking. We can't stop now. It's ice.
It's icy in there.
It's like chunks of powder that are
Yeah.
I'm worried about the blender because it's like I keep seeing this blender and I'm already frucked out about the fruit. The pawpaw, the fruit that's poison.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so good at like kind of noticing these like moments of foreshadowing.
Well, I'm scared. I'm always scared. I live from a place of fear.
Yeah.
And like he keeps being like, it's not about the taste. Saxon is telling Lachlan, it's not about the taste. It's about the T and the BDE.
Oh, so it's like he's and the BDE. So it's like he's not going to necessarily taste if there's some poison in that BDE.
Maybe, or he's like, this fine, or maybe it's sweet. Maybe that poison is sweet. Wait, side note, like, you know about President Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah. So apparently there's there's reporting that he keeps asking aides to bring him the poison, and Yeah. And it's a bowl of candy. It's a bowl. He
keeps asking AIDS to bring me the
bring
poison.
me the poison. and then they bring it in. He goes, take back the poison. Yeah, so, I mean.
Diva Donald Trump.
Bring me the poison. I mean, huge.
That's going to be me talking to you about, can you make me a waffle?
Yeah, bring me the poison. It works for anything. It's funny.
Bring me the poison.
Okay, so there's and then we have, I mean, obviously now we're with our favorite family. I love the Ratliffs.
I love the Ratliffs. And then even though also, what about we got Piper in a kind of cute dress today?
She wasn't wearing something that like had both of us off the couch like at Super Bowl when somebody drops the ball.
Yeah, and we go, whoa! Which is usually how we react to her outfits.
Yeah,
But this episode, she wore that cute little kind of white dress with the blue stripe, and I said, I actually didn't say anything, and that's a step up for her.
The costuming is really, I mean, last time, right, we had Dad with gold. He's wearing blue this whole episode. Also, depth of field going crazy.
Shallow depth of field this week.
Yes, okay. And just blurry, like pointillism, Monet-ass shit behind them at all time, which I kind of like.
I didn't hate it.
Well, and it is different, A. Yeah. And B, like, first episode, we were kind of freaking out about, like, is it small? Like, why are we in singles? Can they not move a camera? You know they gotta have their ass backed the fuck up. They were probably at one location shooting into the other with the telephoto lens. That's how deep that is. This isn't gonna make the cut.
You didn't like what you just said?
No, it's fine. It's just like, who's this for?
I think who this whole podcast is for. You know
us. I love you, Gail.
I love you, Gail.
Okay, so we haven't even made it out of breakfast.
I think have we even?
No, we're still at the Ratliffs.
Oh,
because there's that shit.
Protein shake, girl. It's blended.
It's blended, and he's like, oh, and he comes over. Saxon comes over to Lachlan and is like, here, you got to get big. And Piper is like, girls don't even like beefy like jock guys, and he's like, what kind of guy? Like, how would you know? What kind of guys do you like? Like gender goblins who tuck their dicks between their legs like this, and it's like. You gotta leave the girls alone.
And you know who the real gender goblin is?
Me as fuck. I got my dick tucked right now. And what? Oh my
God. And what? I love the phrase gender goblin. I think we should change that to our like podcast bio. Two beautiful gender goblins.
Well, do you give gender goblin so much? You're just kind of lesbian.
Okay.
Which is actually, I mean, whoa. Ghoulish.
I'm scared.
But that's kind of that's what kind of happens there. And he's like, oh, you don't want, like, you're going to make him asexual and agender like you? And it's like, she's not agender. She wore a cute dress.
She's wearing a cute dress. And you want to fuck her. That's your sister.
You literally want to fuck her. And like when we're talking about like masculinity, femininity, representations of both, obviously sex and power for masculinity are really roped up.
Right.
As is virtue and...
Well, I think...
Yeah, baby.
I think Saxon is going to be so... Saxon is like, he thinks he's kind of this like man, and that he's like, you know, like a hot guy who like knows how to be a man and has BDE and like knows this stuff. But like, I'm like, you're going to be pissed when you keep pimping out your little brother and he pulls way harder than you. Like, Lockie's cute. Sorry, he's cute. And I liked his magic tricks. I said, that would work on me.
You did say that. Yeah.
That would work. It was a cool trick.
Everyone's like, he's good.
No, like, he's pretty good at magic. Like, I'm like, and that's going to work so much better. Like, I'm like, he actually has more of that
Well, and guess what? Saxon isn't fucked.
Yeah, Saxon hasn't fucked anyone this trip.
No. He doesn't even know. Ugh. Anyway, so that happens.
Now you see Dad's dick.
No, not yet.
Oh, fuck. I can't stop talking about Dad's dick.
No, you've got... Okay. I'm like, you gotta... Let's actually, again, let's kind of make sure that makes it to session. Is... No, because they're like, ew, they're like this. And then Timothy and Mom... What's her name? Timothy and Parker Posey are like... Kids, Saxon. Like, I love when they're like conflict resolution styles being like, kids,
Saxon.
And I'm like, what? And she goes, kids, have y'all been taking my lorazepams? Like, pluralizes it. She's like, I got my prescription filled before the trip and I can tell some are missing.
I bet you can.
I could.
I could.
Do you?
I
You ever steal somebody? You ever take somebody's prescription medicine?
No, but I know someone who does.
Yeah, I've been in every medicine cabinet of every home I've ever been.
Well, that's why I actually just fill my prescriptions double. I asked my psychiatrist to double my prescription just because I know you were taking some.
Well, so you do know when somebody takes. I also think it's funny that
yeah. So I guess I did notice I was kept running out.
I think that.
Oh my god! But my psychiatrist, if you see this, like, no, I didn't do that.
No, of course not. He's not. This is all for
you
humor.
Think he's not listening to this?
No,
I'm
joking.
Mean,
yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
I saw my psychiatrist at Equinox the other day.
Well, what was it? You asked me streaming the pod.
He was doing lap pull downs.
How? Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He looked good.
kind of Tom when Timothy was in the shower, that I was in the shower.
Yes,
Tom. Like, he's looking good.
Tom goes, he's looking good when he's in the shower for his age. He is.
I'm like, he's a fitness head.
No, he is. I love that because it's like, I feel like we don't have that reaction in the same way to like, you know, when like Carrie Coon or Jacqueline's looking good, like we're all still scared of aging, but Tom saw kind of an older man like looking good and he was like, he's looking good. Like, I can't wait to age into that.
Well, Tom's been looking good.
Okay.
And they're like, will you go to the club, the country club? And that's when Dad goes,
oh, everyone at the club.
Everyone at the club.
When he's so scared thinking about how everyone at the club is going to be knowing what he
embarrassed.
did.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's going to
like later on the boat when he's like, thank God my parents are dead.
Not only is he like, thank God my parents are dead, though, because he's saying, like, he goes, my grandfather was the governor of North Carolina. My father was a very, very successful businessman. Like, he's seeing himself in this line of men that have come before him. And I think it makes a lot of sense, like, paralleling Goggins' storyline of kind of like inherited masculinity and what we get from our fathers, what our relationship is there. And so he's getting this, like, lineage of these great men before him, knowing he's obviously his house of cards is about to get knocked down.
And his house is about to get snatched.
His house is about to get snatched. And he's like, then he looks at his daughter, you know, his like kid who, and obviously so far she's the best one
to me
of his kids. Like,
right.
It seems clear.
Good posture.
She reads. She's pretty, like she's smart. Yeah. She reads. Yeah. She's like the best kid. And he knows that. And he's looking at her and he's like, you're so perfect. I just love you so much. And then he starts kind of fucking with her nose in an interesting way, as if she's not a person, because he's looking at her as a literal extension of self. And he's kind of like, I've made this perfect thing and it's all about to get fucked up. Like, you know, he's so scared of doing that because I guess I just mean he doesn't think of himself like this inherited masculinity thing. It's like, he's saying, like, I love my family and I care about my family and I'm going to have to tell my family that they're poor now. And I'm like, you don't care about your family. You care about yourself and your image of yourself as a man. You don't care about how that's going to affect these kids. Your daughter, she doesn't care if you're poor. She wants to go live at the meditation center.
Yeah, but she's also at fucking Chapel Hill, right? That's not cheap.
I guess not.
Like, everyone, and that's the thing about everyone with money. Like, she wants to go run around and be at the fucking, like, at the meditation center. Like, baby, no, you don't. You want to be at the White Lotus.
Yeah.
I mean, to me,
I don't know. I'm like, you want to go to the fucking club, bitch.
Go to the club, bitch.
Move to Bushwick. Let's go out. Like,
she would get her ass eaten alive at fucking Bushwick, New York.
And she'd be better for it.
I mean,
and she'd be better for it. We all are.
I'm better for it.
I'm better for it.
The other thing about that, as we're touching on masculinity, like, I'm compelled by this episode to, like, in each of these families, each of these people, like, represent different kind of experiences or plays of the dynamic. But, like, Grace, my girl, my therapist, standing invite to Mike White and to Grace to be on the pod.
I've been dying to meet you, Grace. I'd love to know what you've heard about me.
Not as much as you would think.
See, and that's what people always say. Every time I bring up, like, to do therapist, people are like, no, I'm not talking to my therapist about you. And I'm like, well, why not?
Well, it's like, are you talking about me with your girl?
All the time.
Aw. Or it doesn't matter. It's just nice to be recognized. But Grace is like, the thing about masculinity, right, is like, it's that we're talking about a masculinity crisis in America. She's like, no, that's not a bug. That's a feature. We do not make our men to be secure in their masculinity. We have it so that they're insecure and they're always having to prove it. And it's unattainable, not like on purpose. And that's what we're seeing with Timothy is like, okay, and then Saxon trying to prove it. But Timothy, it's like, yeah, the thing about masculinity is you're insecure in it. You're not comfortable with it because it's unattainable, just like everything else. Ooh. I love this bitch.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's really talented.
She's a really talented therapist.
And I pay her the low end of the sliding scale.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, she sees other trans women. I'm sure she's used to it. Hey, come on.
Hey.
A bunch of gender goblins?
A bunch of gender goblins? Y'all paying the lowest end of the sliding scale. I know that's right.
Hello.
Hi, gender goblins. No, I seriously love all gender goblins. Like, I'm not kidding.
No, like...
Y'all my faves.
Merci.
Well, my second faves. My faves are all my straight guys.
You love your boys. You're a boy mom.
I'm a boy mom. I'm such a boy mom.
So we see the dick, prosthetic dick. Wait, you're not even you've been talking about the dick the whole episode, and we finally get to the dick, and you're not even talking about the dick? He's like, everybody at the club.
And then his dick falls out.
And then how does the room react?
Oh, Dad, put your dick away. And I'm like, he can't.
And the sister...
He's wearing his flaccid dick on his sleeve. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, no. His whole energy right now is radiating kind of like, no, his dick is accidentally out. Like, oops, my dick's accidentally out. It's the same thing. It's kind of like, oops, I'm getting arrested for embezzlement and fraud. Do you know what I mean? Like, oops.
Yeah,
my manhood's showing.
Dick out.
You're walking around with your dick out. It's flailing around like, oops, my manhood's showing.
And
that's what manhood really is. Embezzlement,
easy.
fraud.
Oh, okay, that one. Woo! I was like,
Oh, you thought I was gonna say manhood is a dick?
But you didn't.
I didn't.
No, and no one's saying that you did.
I agree. So Jacqueline is ready to party.
Jacqueline's ready to party because, like, as we talked about her on her phone, then at breakfast,
she's like, we're gonna have fun today. I don't want to do yoga.
Well, she's also texting her boy. She's like, lady is like, she's on her phone, and then Miss Leslie Bibb is like, you're not supposed to be on the phone. And to me, instantly, I'm seeing the parallels between like her as the head of this group and Timothy as the head of his family. Both of them being disregarding the rules because they have power, both culturally as TV stars and financier dads.
Yeah, finance dads and TV stars, the two most powerful people in the world.
Thank you. Imagine what we could do together. And so she's doing, and I was like, is she the masculine energy in this group? In some ways, yeah, because she's got the power. But then I was like, well, she's also really afflicted by the woes and the foibles of being an aging woman. Whereas like dad's looking good for his age per Tom. Her whole thing is like, we're not dead yet. And like she's dating somebody who's 10 years younger. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Whereas we're seeing masculinity in the way that everyone falls into line in the family, where we're seeing the yin and the yang, feminine and masculine working together in Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Teeth Wood. With the women, we're getting the embodiment of the mythology that women can have it all. We're getting told like this is what happens to people, to women, when you tell them you can have it all. You can be the masculine, you can be the feminine, you can be the worker, you can be the hot young thing. And it's like, these women are gonna die.
You're so smart. She's so smart, you guys.
But they end up at the retirement home.
And then they're pissed, of course. And then they leave. And then we get to the boat. Finally we get to the boat.
Big ass boat. You ever been in a big ass boat like that?
No, but can we hold for 2 seconds so I get a refill?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I could pee.
Yeah. We shouldn't cut though, right? We should just keep going. Okay, we're just taking a break.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Lorazepams. Are you not licensed to say Xanax? Lorazepams. It's a perfect filler word and a great generic. Okay, we're back from this commercial break, and I just want to say, like, if we're going out, the reason I'm taking so long in the bathroom is I'm tucking. I'm retucking my dick like a gender goblin.
That is so gender goblin of you.
Literally.
So the boat.
The boat.
We're at the boat. We
Finally
made it to the boat.
Fuck ass Gary's blood money boat.
Blood money boat. Blood money boat. What happens? We got
everyone's getting on it, which is fun. It's like very reminiscent of like coming to the White Lotus.
Yeah. Let's see everybody get on the boat, and we got all the kind of different reactions to the other people on the boat. Like I like immediately kind of we get Timothy and Gary Gregg have this kind of where's the bar, man? Good idea, bro.
That they were bonding on another symbol of masculinity.
Alcoholism.
Well, and what's her name? And let me say this.
Why don't you?
You talk about alcoholism. To me, what is the feminine version of that?
Pills.
And I'm glad that they're digging into that. Like we haven't really addressed that like in the previous 2 seasons. And pills are rampant within rich people community.
So we're on the boat, and now Saxon is going to start pimping out his little brother. That was a conversation we had watching was, now if you're trying to sell Lachlan.
Yeah, if you're trying to hype up Lachlan, because Saxon's like going up to the ladies, which are all love hookers.
I know
that's right. And
I know
he's
hooker
like,
when I see one.
All
love.
And it doesn't seem like a lot of these people are always knowing what a hooker looks like.
That's a thread
right in front of you right now.
That's a thread in Mike White in general. All 3 seasons, we got a lot of people who don't know what hookers look like. There's a lot of people who don't always. And you know the difference. It's something that separates characters in the Mike White multiverse. Yeah. Some characters know a hooker when they see one, and some characters couldn't clock it for the life of them.
Well, we're artists.
Wait, who's he dating? Like in real life, that actor?
Oh,
is it like
Iris
Apatow? Iris Apatow.
Yeah, the little Apatow.
Cute that he's dating the little Apatow.
We saw him at a party at Blinky's.
Uh-huh.
And like pre it coming out.
Uh-huh. But did you know he was cast when you saw him?
Well, of course, my little friends
did know. Okay.
Yeah, my little snaky friends were like, in the new season of White Lotus.
When we see someone coming around who's an actor, we all go.
Right, and I'm like, okay, he was hot shit. He was hot shit at the party. Yeah,
He was hot shit at Blinky's.
Yeah, and then we saw
everybody kind of knew he was coming out in White Lotus.
Well, there were whispers.
Yeah,
there were hisses.
Yeah, the hisses.
Yeah,
the crowd was roaring. They were like, "That's Iris Apatow's boyfriend. He's gonna be in the new season of White Lotus."
now that the season's out, I wonder how long they'll be together. But I wouldn't say that. The old me would say that.
Yeah, that's so the old you.
Love it.
So, yeah, Saxon's pimping out little bro. He's doing close-up magic. Amy Lou Wood is like, Goggins, why don't you get the fuck over here and talk to me?
Well, and how did Amy Lou get Walton Goggins on the boat in the first place? Let's have that conversation. He's at dinner being like, I'm not going on the boat. I'm going to Bangkok.
I know you're going to Bangkok. You said your flight's at 7 p.m. We'll be back by then.
And so he's now back to the wall.
And now she's crying.
He's like, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Why? Why don't you want to go with me? Please?
You want to abandon me?
You're going to abandon me?
Like, I'm not. Why are you doing this?
You know what she's hungry for.
Stupid bitch snacks.
I know. That's how she got him on the boat, was she cried.
Yeah.
And then convinced him to get on the boat. He gets on the boat.
The masculinity, the femininity. She knows, how to get him.
She knows how to get him, which is those gorgeous little eyes, like kind of flooding with tears. She's so fucking cute. And then he gets on the boat and he's being just kind of a sourpuss. Like he's kind of just being bad vibes on the boat. And she's like, you know what, Goggins, get the fuck over here. It's time to have a chat. We're here on this boat and this is the perfect place to have a serious fucking chat. Okay, come over here. I'm sick of you not talking to me about this. What the fuck is going on? What are we doing in Bangkok? Why are we here? Tell me right now. He goes, I don't want to talk about it right now. She says, I do.
Yep. I don't know. Tummy's growling for stupid bitch snacks.
I know, but then he tells her, he says, look, my dad was murdered by the guy who owns a hotel. He was here. He was being a decent man, doing some good stuff for whatever reasons. Of course, but let's stick with him for a second. And then she goes, oh my God, is this kind of a you killed my father, prepare to die situation? And he's like, I don't know. And when he delivers that I don't know, like he means it. I'm like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't have a plan.
What else would he do? Give the man a handshake?
Right. He doesn't have a plan. And she kind of recognizes that. And then she, like in this moment, there's a lot of ways she could react.
Yeah.
But what does she do? She looks at that venomous snake in front of her who's ready to kill a man to avenge his father. And she says, bring it in, baby. Give me a hug. She gives him a big hug, and that's really the understanding he needed in the moment. It goes back what we were talking about last week, where I'm like, if he's the venomous snake, Amy Lou Wood is the cage. Okay, she can hold space for that man, no matter how dangerous he is, no matter the fact that she's nearly died twice, and lightning is about to strike for a third fucking time. We don't know what's gonna happen to her, but she's willing to hold space for that man and give him a hug, which is just what he needs to kind of feel seen in that moment. Because I think there's it's his opportunity to, I'm like, you're not stuck. This is his opportunity with a little bit of love and not treating him like he's evil and being scared of him.
Yeah.
He maybe has some freedom to make a different choice. You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't have to go through with this. He hasn't gone through with it yet. He has not gone to Bangkok yet. Like, I'm like, you don't have to make this destructive choice. You don't have to do what Timothy did. You don't have to ruin your life. You don't have to like fuck it all up. And like Amy Lou Wood is just willing to kind of like hug him and see him through this moment because he's going through it. And I don't know, like it's just.
Well, although at the same time, he's like, I'm going to Bangkok and I'll be back. If you're going to go kill a man who owns half of Thailand, you're not coming back. And then you are abandoning your woman. Yeah. Like you don't get to just do that without any fucking consequences to her. Like,
I know.
These men see their women as fucking and their families as dispensable. Like,
yes. And then they're only going to realize after that they're not dispensable because it's like, oh,
if
wait.
Amy Lou Teeth Wood dies because of fucking Walton Goggins. Mike White's getting Mike
Don't
White.
say that to me.
I know.
Don't say that to me.
I know. She's your perfect woman.
She's my perfect woman.
Yeah.
I know.
And you're Walton.
You really pointed that out on the last pod.
Well, kind of, if you go back and it's like, I'm like, oh, you simply love Amy Lou Wood.
Well, we cut some of it because of how much there was a lot more. There was another good 20 minutes of the last episode where I was kind of going off about Amy Lou Wood being the perfect woman and kind of gushing over that, which is a sentence I said like many times, and I still think
and kind of positioning yourself as if you wanted to be Amy Lou Wood.
Right, but you were kind of suggesting that like, do you want to be Amy Lou Wood or do you really want to be Walton Goggins and you want to have Amy Lou Wood? You want
to
be with Amy Lou Wood specifically.
Yeah, and
Amy Lou Wood standing invitation.
And I think I mean, how is your burgeoning lesbianism going?
Bad. Our three ladies.
Yeah, let's do the ladies.
Because Jacqueline, she's growing on me with every kind of. She's growing on me with every scene she has, and I think she was a little drunk today in this episode, and that I like a woman who's a little bit drunk and kind of like ready to say something. Like, I like that. Sorry,
right?
Because when she came in and she says, "Why the fuck did you send us there to Valentine?" And in fact, because you sent us there, and I'm mad. Get your ass in the car. You're taking us out right now. You're our butler.
Which is Triangle of Sadness vibes. Like, it's like, get in the pool.
Get in the pool. Everyone. In fact, bring the whole staff.
Bring the whole staff. We're having an all-staff pool.
All-staff pool.
Like, but before the three ladies meet up with the hookers.
I know. I'm like, is that a bad word?
I've hooked.
So you can say it.
I can supposed to, like, these aren't, it's not for me to say.
Oh, right.
But I'll tell you this, if you haven't hooked, don't tell me what I can say about hooking or not hooking.
Yeah, that's true.
And the point is, before they meet up with the hookers.
Can I say hookers? Give me permission to say hookers.
That's not my business. That's a personal choice.
Okay.
But they're out in the street. And they're like, why does everyone have these guns?
The water fights?
And they're like, people like to, like, their water guns.
No, and I love Valentine. He says that. He goes, oh, it's water fights. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't think that's the first or last time you're going to say that and be dead fucking wrong. Okay, because they go into this water fight and they get annihilated by those kids who then hold them hostage outside the
kids
little
with the face paint. Hilarious.
And
those women freaking the fuck out.
Jacqueline, like she's getting shot with a gun.
I'm cackling. They're like, where is your mother?
We're adults.
Okay. Everyone else look around. Everyone's getting sprayed and loving it and having fun. But like, kind of when you freak out like this, like the people whose country that you're in that are having fun with their little friends, they're going to fuck your shit up.
Well, and also it's the same. I mean, it's bullying mentality, right? It's like, if you don't react, they're going to leave you alone. The bigger reaction you give them, the more they're going to come after you. So I'm like, you being this white girl in Thailand, freaking out, you're drawing a crowd of people who want to shoot you with the water guns. Look at how you're acting. Like, you're exactly what they want. You're being hilarious.
No, I'm laughing.
I'm laughing. I was having a good time.
They were perfect. That was a perfect scene. The colors,
fun.
beautiful. I mean, we really got some fucking performances
and outfits. I liked what they were all wearing. I thought they all worked really nicely together and just really lovely. Like I just loved the water fight scene.
Love the women.
Yeah, so fun. And just to get like ate alive by these children in Thailand, like with the water guns, is so funny. And after you've wanted to be treated as young all day and you can't even keep your own in a water fight.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Great point.
Sorry, seems like you're kind of the old lady Karens. Why don't you go back to the elderly retirement home resort?
Yeah, where you belong.
The budget retirement home.
Please.
Then we go to dinner with Piper because Saxon and Lockie are going to stay on the boat with Amy Lou Wood and Chloe.
Which again, we
and
had
Chloe
this
said,
straight guy
Can
here.
I take the boat, please, Daddy?
Yeah, to fucking Gary Gregg.
Yeah, and Gary Gregg's like, you want to take my boat? And she's like, yeah.
And he's like, I have something to do back on the island. And I was like, that better not be fuck with Belinda. That whatever you have to get done.
He goes home to his gorgeous house, paid for by Miss Tanya McQuad.
Blood money. And
then he opens up. Oh, don't let Greg get on Google.com.
No, let Gary not get on Google.com.
Oh my God, to say Belinda and look at Zion on Instagram.
At Kahu Queen 82.
Fuck.
Like,
I'm scared.
What a...
But after she Googled him this episode, find out he does work for BLM, Bureau of Land Management.
Hilarious. Or did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so...
Speaking of, the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, to like BLM, Black Lives Matter, like Mike White is so funny with these word plays because I got another dispatch from Thailand.
Yeah.
That was about when Saxon goes up to that group and goes swastika. And apparently I was like, oh, what's that about? That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, dispatch from Thailand, it's like satikab. I think it's like how you say, as how men say hello to people in Thailand. So he's just doing a mispronunciation of something people do say, which is like, I think he said it was like satikab. Like it was like satikab.
Oh my
like it kind of sounds like swastika.
Especially when you're way more used to saying that
swastika,
word, Saxon.
And that's in for him to go so confidently, swastika.
Oof.
Like, come on. That is funny writing. And, like, I think Mike White is so good at making those little, he works
Saxon's
for BLM,
funny as fuck,
you know? Like, yeah, Saxon's funny as
Pam my ass.
Pam my ass. Also, moment for Pam.
Pam killing it. This one's for you, girl.
Love what you're doing, Pam. Pam my ass.
Pam my ass.
We got a real monkey alert.
Well, that's what we kept saying, and Tom was like, that's a CGI monkey.
Yeah, why does Tom think all the monkeys are CGI?
Like, what is up with, like, 4chan, 8chan
Yeah, why does everybody think it's AI, a fucking AI monkey? I'm like, that's not an AI monkey. Like, y'all seen Planet Earth? Like, those are real monkeys. Like, why can't Mike White get a shot of a real monkey?
Yes, it's HBO money.
Yeah, they can get a shot of a monkey.
He was like, it looks too perfect. I was like, Tom, I don't think you've ever seen a monkey.
I think monkeys look like that. I've never seen a monkey.
But I do, we are curious. And then you were like, it would be way more expensive to shoot or to make a CGI monkey. And then Tom got quiet for a little bit. And then we're maybe like 2 scenes later, he goes, yeah, it would be way too expensive to CGI. I had fun with the straight guy. I'm sorry.
I had fun. Okay, so we go from the boat to now Piper and her parents. She's going to go have this emotional talk where she's finally going to tell them she's going to meditation camp or whatever.
The fuck you are.
The fuck you are. And then she's going to show up at dinner and say that. And then dad at dinner is like, freaking out once again and again. It's like some of y'all haven't seen a man on the edge because I have, and him going, he says, Pam, give me my fucking phone back. He gets the phone and
Pam's
finds out, are you sure? Yeah, Pam, I'm fucking sure. Give me the phone. So he goes out and then is like, finds out he's going to prison for a few months at least. He talks to his lawyer who's like, hey, Kenny Nguyen is going to prison. That much is for sure.
He's ratting.
You're getting fucked. And I think best case scenario, they freeze all your assets right now. They focus mainly on the money and you only
I'd be shocked if they didn't already freeze your assets.
And you only serve prison time for a few months. And he goes, You want me to serve prison times for a few months? Are you retarded?
So, but he's freaking out.
Yeah.
Dad's not taking this so well. He's like,
He's
give some better advice, dumbass. Am I gonna lose the fucking house?
Right.
Am I gonna lose the house?
And then at just this moment, Guy Talk is in the office with his brand new gun, and who distracts him other than Miss Lisa, looking as gorgeous we've ever seen her. She's ready to dance tonight, and
she's in a costume, looking stunning.
And the lighting on her, that glow that she had. I mean, she is just so Miss Lisa Blackpink is so
captivating, beautiful, ethereal.
Oh my God. What a vision.
She's like, Guy Talk.
And like, Guy Talk, what makes you think
wasted
you deserve
on
her?
Guy Talk?
What makes you think you deserve her? That's my question for you, Guy Talk.
Because he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. You don't even know where your gun is.
Baby, you don't even know where your gun is. You left it in the toy box that it came in.
You left it in the toy box to go flirt with Lisa, while Timothy, he's coming in. He's going to take your gun, and you know what? That guy's not scared to use it. He's moments away from killing himself.
He's on the verge. That's what he told Kenny to do. Kenny was like, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
And he said,
like,
you should.
You should.
Well, and that's what he's thinking too, because he's like, what am I supposed to do? Tell my whole family I'm poor? I'd rather kill myself. And I'm like, okay.
Well, he's like, I can't plead to felony like embezzlement and fraud and still be an investment.
Work in finance. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, that's interesting to me because I thought pleading guilty to embezzlement and fraud was kind of a plus in finance, but what do I know?
Right, like a prerequisite?
Yeah, I thought it was a prereq.
I do think they might start to take your license, which like...
A license to what?
To trade.
You need a license to trade?
Yeah. Like to be like, there are like tests that these people have to take.
I got a Robinhood.
Right.
Different.
Yeah, because it's not like you're not trading other people's money so much.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, like they're giving you like tests, like you have to have like certain like
okay.
Yeah. And so imagine Timothy studying with his little glasses.
Cutie.
He works so hard.
He does. You're so lucky to have a father who's a Boy Scout.
Who's never done anything wrong. We were on that boat with a bunch of tax cheats and con men.
Yeah.
Like a convention. Baby, it was a networking event.
And then she goes, I am lucky. And I'm like, you have no idea what's about to hit you, Piper.
Well, no, there's the conversation at the bar between Timothy and Gary Gregg. Of like people, when he's barred out, drunk as fuck, crossy.
Yes, people
when
who
he's
come to Thailand are either hiding from something or looking for something.
Yeah. He's like, which are you? I'm just on vacation with my family.
But yeah, Dad comes back to the table. He's like, now he's freshly like got a gun, and I'm like, you can tell immediately. Like, I'm like, I know that feels good. I know you immediately feel a little more in control because it's like you want to know you got a way out. You know what I mean? Like, even if that's not where you end up going, like, it's always, you can always have that option, and that option is going to be a lot easier. It's like we said at the beginning of the podcast, like, you know, suicide rates go up a lot higher when you're in possession of a gun. Yeah. And so he kind of now knows, like, I could have ended at any moment. And I think I can tell immediately. I was like, no, that's a breath of fresh air for you.
Right. And when he's taken, and I'm like, and baby, you already took too many of those Xanax for what was in that bottle to be lethal.
Yep.
You're going to have to go another way.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, it's going to be tough.
And when you say control an option, right? Like, I do think, like, culturally, like, there is such a shame.
Oh, around suicide?
Yeah, around suicide and like somebody dying by suicide or ending their life.
So
and
much shame.
It's like this man whose identity is investing is going to no longer have his identity, which is not just he's on the boat. I'm a pillar of the community. Right? Maybe in a fucking Colosseum in Rome where that shit is horizontal, but it's like your family all sees you this way. They all value you for your money. Mom's calling you a Boy Scout. Again, like you're losing your identity. And like if you can't work and like fulfill your role, like
expectations of masculinity are dangerous. It's exactly what Grace, your therapist, was saying. Like, right? It's like men can't live up to their expectations of what it means to be a man. And so, yeah, he's going to find another way out because he can't become that. It's really hard to maintain all of that. He's got to be the family man, be the breadwinner, do all of this, protect his whole family. And he's never supposed to embezzle, not even once, without going to prison. You know what we forgot?
Tell me.
After Guy Talk loses the gun and
Shit.
Guy Talk fucks up so bad that they bring in the OG White Lotus theme song.
Fuck.
It's like you have messed up so bad that Mike White brought in. He said, ooh. Like, I'm like, you ate it, Guy Talk. You fucked up.
Guy Talk, bring me the poison.
Bring me the poison.
Yeah, that's what Guy Talk's gonna be saying once he's got that gun.
Yeah, now it's the full moon. Anything can happen on the night of a full moon in Thailand. Come on.
And again, like the masculinity symbol, the phallus of it all, like with the gun, it's like he just got the symbol of masculinity, and it gets taken right the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, and I think the full moon too is like, I think the femininity kind of coming on, because the full moon
Talk
is
about
kind
it.
of, well, it's really giving. Full moon is like, right, if you sync your cycle with the moon, as all women do, you can be bleeding at either kind of the new moon or the full moon. But witches tend to be ovulating during the full moon and bleeding at the new moon. And this is a full moon ovulating. It's kind of peak women. It's also when a woman might, for example, like they did in the past, turn into, say, a werewolf. Or, you know,
as they did in the
creature,
past,
historically speaking.
Yeah.
You know, at the full moon is when women become ravenous. Yeah. I think this was Stream Queens. This was White Lotus season 3 episode 4. We can't wait to be back next week for season 3 episode 5. Chat, another thing I'd love to for y'all to get into is, what do you think we should watch next? I'm super excited to find out what it's going to be.
The Last of Us is out April 13th, but that's a very different tone.
I think we'll definitely get to The Last of Us in April, but we're going to have a couple weeks now between.
Guess what? I did the math. 4 more episodes brings us right till the weekend before April 13th. 13
Wait, it
7.
sounds like our next one's The Last of Us season 2.
Do you want us to watch that, or what else is going to be streaming immediately? Because we like
a current show. Let us know. I'm super down for The Last of Us. Chat, let us know if you want to hear us do The Last of Us, or if there's something else coming out soon you'd love to hear us talk about. We love you.
I'm Julia Went.
I'm Erin McKeon, and thanks for watching Stream Queens.